However, Cole gives a signal, with several troops tooting on a row of horns. While not as bright as the beacons of Gondor, it still works. Aemond, riding Vhagar, hears the battle-toots a few miles away and is ready to take flight, but King Aegon soars by on Sunfyre before he can. This is accompanied by an effect on the music that sounds a lot like Weeeeeee. I hope this is Sunfyre and not Aegon, but fight for personal reasons. He urges Vhagar to calm down, and when you stop throwing the tennis ball, the dragon sulkily flumps his head down onto the forest floor and lets out a loud sigh like a yellow lab. The battle between Aegon/Sunfyre and Rhaenys/Meleys is brief, brutal, and vicious. With dragon breath, Sunfyre enlightens Meleys, and Meleys uses her massive talons to rip into Sunfyre's flesh. As well as teeth. And while she's about it, she whispers some extremely cutting, terrible remarks into Sunfyre's ears. In other words, Meleys and Rhaenys are However, at that very moment, Aemond appears riding Vhagar, who is larger, meaner, and older than the two other dragons that are presently engaged in combat above the battlefield combined. This initially gives Aegon hope, but he soon learns that Aemond is just going to have Vhagar Dracarys the crap out of him and Rhaenys at the same time. This implies that Aemond may easily vanquish the adversary and seize the throne. Sunfyre bears the brunt of Vhagar's fire-breathing. When he and Aegon fall into the adjacent woodland, Criston Cole worries and runs off to save his foolish king. What about Meleys and Rhaenys? You were aware that they were all right. Of course, Edgar Winter, the platinum-blonde Rhaenys, is the wig arrived somewhat burned, but since it's Rhaenys, it fits her really well. She turns to leave the fight, but not before. However, Rhaenys will be Rhaenys. She and Meleys turn to confront Vhagar and Aemond. It doesn't go well, I guess. Vhagar releases the cream of the lesser dragon after grabbing Meleys in her claws. As they fall into the battleground, numerous soldiers are eliminated. Cole faints after falling off his horse. Vhagar stands up and charges, putting a large portion of Cole's troops under her talons a la Godzilla. Meleys, however, are still in the air. She and Rhaenys inspect the damage and search for Vhagar, who appears to have disappeared despite being as big as a superyacht. Meleys turns to face Rhaenys, and there's a cute moment where the dragon and rider share a "I got you, girl" glance. Unfortunately, though, when Meleys and Rhaenys soar above the castle, Vhagar swoops down and seizes Meleys by the neck. Meleys's neck breaks as the two dragons and their two riders ascend higher. Rhaenys descends back to earth while Vhagar releases his hold and takes off, gazing straight at the camera the entire time. I guess there are worse ways for her to go out if she has to, than to Hans Gruber it. Meleys explode as they smash into the courtyard of the castle, which is something I never knew dragons did but maybe should have expected. A battleground that resembles a wide plain of burnt chicken greets Cole upon his awakening. He observes that the remnants of his army are gaining the upper hand by penetrating the castle via. Resuming his hunt for Aegon, he once again seeks to enlist the aid of a soldier, only to find that the soldier has been converted to ash. Now for the joke of the day about cremains. In addition to discovering Aemond, who is charging his elder brother's dragon with a drawn sword, Cole also discovers a critically injured Sunfyre. When Cole yells at him, Aemond pauses. I don't need to go through everything again, do I? He kneels and takes up Aegon's dagger. Yeah, that same damn dagger again, you know the one, the Forrest Gump of Westeros. Cole approaches and discovers Aegon's, probably dead, body lying beneath Sunfyre. Aemond, in the meantime, strolls out of frame with a rather conceited, well, my work is done here, gotta be hitchin' a ride on the Weeeeeee kind of demeanor. Gwaine believes Criston is crazy for insisting on attacking the castle during the day, especially considering how dangerous Rhaenyra's dragons are. He's not incorrect, but Criston is withholding something from him, and so from us. This program adores its unimportant mystery. Queen Rhaenyra return. When Queen Rhaenyra returns to Dragonstone, she has to deal with a lot of snarky white guys who, to their credit, respond to her covert expedition to King's Landing with the same irrational anger that I did. She explains, too patiently, and apologizes, too fast, for her absence. She owes these jamokes nothing. And she now has the knowledge she needed to be assured that peace was no longer a possibility. She does, however, warn them not to take her lack of a reaction for weakness. You folks. She seems to be speaking to us. She has made the decision to dispatch a dragon to Rook's Rest to confront Cole.